Look at me. I want you to fire me. You fucking Mark. Fire me.
Yeah, why the fuck wasn't I on the lineup?
Was not an official member of the lineup.
Yeah, seriously, who's running this fucking thing? Why wasn't I fucking on the official lineup? Seriously, heads are gonna roll.
A-N-I-S. Anus. Bam. 800 points. That's game.
It's not how you spell anus.
I went to Ivy Tech for 2.5 years, bro. I can spell anus.
You know what? I know an expert in this field.
I think I know who you're talking about.
What are you guys doing? We gotta go play Harvest Fest. I'm in here getting all of our gear, and you guys are here playing Scrabble? Again?
You know what, Maddie? You can settle this for us.
Yeah. How do you spell anus?
I'm not gonna settle another Scrabble discrepancy for you guys. That's the third time this week.
Calm down, Maddie. Harvest Fest isn't until September 14th. Gates open at 4 p.m.
Yeah. At the Miami Open Air Auditorium. Google for directions.
Are you telling me that Harvest Fest X is not until September 14th? Featuring bands such as Fourth Among Midgets, Forgotten Ashes, Tight Like a Tiger, GPD, Resonate, and Patron? September 14th?
I'm hungry.
Shut up! There's gonna be food at Harvest Fest. The lunch break's coming down, and they're gonna make delicious burgers!
I'm not having fun anymore.
Fun? You wanna have fun? Well, I got a doozy for you, because the Kokomo Press is coming out, and they're gonna have stand-up comedians. We're talking Sean D., Pierce Clott, Michael Howard, Greg Lindberg, Alexa Eden, Davey Moomaw, Jordan Granger, Jacob Harder, Brian Allen West, and Dan Alton.
Say it, don't spray it.
Maddie! Bro.
Since you put it that way, bro. You know, you're right. You guys... I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have blown off the handle like that. Here's how you spell anus. A-N-U-S. Just think about it like I do. The way I remember it, it's an United States, right? So, anyways, I'll see you guys September 14th at Harvest Fest X at the Miami Open Air Auditorium. Google for directions.
Bring a tent.
I don't get it. In United States.
Step into the ring, it's Monday Night Fire. My rhymes burn hotter than a funeral pyre. I'm the heavyweight champ, you can call me sire. Reviewing raw like a southern rap messiah. Crossing over lines like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flipping opponents like I'm Randy Orton. Dirty South flow, my words they be costing. Every verse I drop got them head nodding. Spit lyrical punches like a ruthless fighter. Got the crowd hype, I'm the crowd igniter. Breaking down the raw matches, no denier. Dirty style rap, I'm the Monday night supplier.
Welcome, fans. It is I, Joshua Joseph. Some call me the educator of extreme. I've been called that, but you know me. You're here. You're a window licker. I'm a window licker. You're my friend. You're Grun's friend. You're part of the household, and we're glad you're here for another Raw review show. And you know, when I do these shows, I bring on the one, the only, the blue-eyed villain himself, the absolute man, Grunmeister. Check him out. There he is. He is Grunmeister. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, dude, I'm doing so great. Unfortunately, it is the end of our long weekend.
This is true.
Yeah, we all have to go back to work tomorrow.
we do have to go back to work tomorrow, and look at that. You're already getting people shouting you out. There he is, House Alakan, House, the concept, our leader, our friend, the man who's created this whole little playground for me, for Grun, for Hypocrisy, for Paragon, for Annie Owen, for everybody else that we're going to be bringing in, because our world is expanding, ain't it, Grun?
Dude, it is. We've been growing at an insane rate. Like, it is honestly, it's like we may not be millionaires off this yet, but like the fact that we are growing every week it's insane to me. I did not believe, like, there's 1,000 podcasts probably like this. So
Yeah.
I'm like, our personality is really going to stick out, and apparently they are.
And they do, because I mean, we get downloaded, we get people joining in. Grun, you've developed a whole new community that people love you. They see you, they see what I seen, what Lou's seen, and I'm so happy that we're here. We're doing our things that we do, because at the end of the day, Grun, life is nothing more than just having fun, just being a rascal, coming out here, doing our fun little thing here that we love doing. I wouldn't have it any other way. What about you, Grun?
I wouldn't. I would, however, wish someone had beaten that in me when I was 12 years old, told me, look, make you can make bad choices right now. You can cause some trouble in school. Don't do anything illegal, but just enjoy life and just try and find who you are early on. Because you know what? Life goes so much better when you figure that out early.
Ain't that the truth, man? You
It
really
really is. It really
and
is. I mean, like, we were talking Roxanne Perez. Like, she figured out she wanted to be a pro wrestler real early, and said, "I'm going to do everything it takes to be the best pro wrestler ever." And you know what? She's solid. It's like, repeat
I
heads on Lou. I thought
here
you were
we go.
our friend. I thought you were our friend, Lou.
We got the Lou chiming in. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. He was a guest on IYH on a Sunday house party where we brought the Lou in, and he partied with me in the household. It was fun. It was a great time. And speaking of the Lou, you got to join him tonight, because guess what? The Lou is going live again. He is going right back into it. This is out of the Lou's Discord, so go join it, because it's a fun time to be a part of the Buddies community, where you can just be yourself and just be a PP head follower like Lou, because everybody loves Lou. Who doesn't love the Lou? I love the Lou. Grun
Yes.
loves the Lou.
Yes.
Everybody does. We know the house does. Look at him. House loves Lou. So go check him out tonight. He's getting back into the grind. This week, he promised us all in the Buddies community that he's getting back on track. And when Lou says that, oh, the buddies get all the feels and tingles. They just get so excited. Honestly, they all turn into a bunch of
Rise to the top. Oh, yeah. Macho Madness, yeah, has got more.
When Lou goes live and he sticks on a schedule, the buddies get Macho Madness. Ooh, the cream always rises to the top, Grunmeister. So, Grun, now we got all the silly shenanigans out of the way. We got a lot coming up with the team. The September 15th show is it's going to be amazing. Let's just say that that's where we can leave it. We've already added a great guest to it. The veteran Jack Vaughn is going to be with us, slapping that thigh, giving us the best thigh slaps in town. And plus, we're going to pick his brain a little bit, because I love the creativity that comes from him. Grun, I'm gonna send you a bunch more stuff of his. You're gonna flip out for this dude.
All right.
If you're out there in the household and you know the vet Jack Vaughn and you know what he can do, get ready for that 15th show, because not only are we going to let you know the information, we are also going to have Jack Vaughn on there, and it's going to be a household party. And you know that those are always the parties that the cops call themselves for, because they're like, hey, why didn't you get invited to this? And then Jim's like, I didn't get invited to it because the household guys, they don't want us there. It's a whole thing. So Grun,
Yes.
let's jump into what you want to talk about.
All
I
right.
know that we have subjects, we do segments here, but this one, let's just hear what Grun wants to talk about.
Yeah.
Just your
Uh,
thoughts, Grun.
so my thoughts this week are pro wrestling and WWE based, and it is the shocking news that's being reported from earlier today that Odyssey Jones is no longer on the Raw roster or the main roster, but he's also not on the alumni page. Hypocrisy Jones, who's a great member of our team, pointed out in our chat that it could be a name change. I think he says he suggested it could be capital E. I was saying, you know what, maybe big O instead of big E. And and here's my remark. If that is the case, and that we are going to get a name like that from Odyssey Jones tonight, if I'm Xavier Woods, I'm not hesitating, grabbing a chair and taking it to Kofi's head, taking it to Odyssey Jones. Like, how dare you? You said you weren't going to replace Biggie. You said you weren't trying to replace our best friend. No, no, no. New Day is dead.
I like it. When you texted that in the chat, I kind of thought about it, and I thought this would be the perfect moment for Woods to break,
Yeah.
to finally have had enough. Because, I mean, let's be honest, I'm waiting for Woods to break out from this hindrance now. The New Day has become a hindrance because what else can he do inside that unless they completely change the New Day? And it doesn't seem like they're even thinking about doing
No,
that.
they can't do that. So, like, I think we need to make sure that people aren't confused that we're saying that Kofi and Xavier suck without Big E. No,
No.
it's the New Day. That is what it is. It is the group. It was crap when they debuted with it, when the three of them debuted with it. It took them 6 months to a year. They made it what we know and love it as. And that was through them working with each other, getting the chemistry down, and figuring out what they are. What is the New Day? And I think we can all agree that the New Day has not been the same since Big E's unfortunate injury at the hands of Ridge Holland, who Big E has. He doesn't blame Ridge Holland for it. It was a move. It was a spot that they have both probably been they've either received or given to someone else a million times, and this just happened to be the one time that it went wrong, and that's pro wrestling.
All right, Grun. So we got OG Tony Gonzalez, part of the Gonzo Network. Go out there and check out what Gonzo's all about, because you're gonna love what they talk about, because it's similar to this, but they've been doing it quite a while now. So go check them out. But he is asking you, will Woods be a heel? Let's hear it, Grun. What are your thoughts?
I think it's gonna. I actually think this is gonna depend on how people view the storyline, because like this is, as I was saying, like, you know what? Some people might side with Kofi on this, but I'm siding with Xavier on this. So I'm thinking, how many people are going to side with Xavier that no, you can't replace Big E. You can't. His personality was just perfect it was just a perfect blend with Kofi and Xavier, and it was their personalities. It wasn't we're gonna try and get Big E over in this room. Like, no, like it was three guys that were lost in the shuffle that that Xavier had debuted, and really, like, he had a couple matches and was trying to get over, but it's like no one seemed to remember he was Consequences Creed in TNA. I didn't know that. I had to look that up later.
Well, and I think that alludes to what he's capable of outside of the Woods character.
Yes.
And I think ultimately that's where we're saying, we're not saying that we dislike either one of these guys. It's just that it's time to evolve, and Woods, this would be a perfect opportunity if they go that route with what we're talking about. We'll only know until that happens.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting though that you brought up the Odyssey Jones news. So we'll keep on a lookout for that to see if it is just a name change or he's just not with them anymore.
Yeah.
So Grun, did you have any more thoughts in that villainous head you have?
I think this is going to be finally Xavier Woods' breakout moment. I think that's what we're going to see in the coming weeks. We are finally going to see his breakout moment as an individual and not as a group.
I like it.
Because like I said, like he was Consequences Creed in TNA, and you know what? He was really good in TNA. He showed that he was a great wrestler. In WWE, like I I couldn't see it. I didn't see him. I didn't know it was him. So I saw him like seems like a good wrestler. Like I just don't get his character. Sure. So and it's like that is basically the death blow. If people can't get your character, how can you get over?
Yeah, I mean, it's like that in movies and
Hmm.
television shows, anything you put on entertainment. All right, Grun, do we got any more Grun thoughts before we head into Grun's topic?
I guess one more. We got Asuka has officially re-signed a long-term deal with WWE, which is really awesome because Asuka is a great wrestler. And she is great. Well, yes, she does better at speaking Japanese than English.
Mhm.
She knows how to she uses body language and she uses movement to accentuate her character and how she's feeling, and it helps her with the language barrier that while she's been with WWE for I think close to 10 years now, um she has broken that language barrier. Even if she doesn't speak English fluently, her performance in the ring, the way and
Very
every
true.
little thing that she does helps break that language barrier, which just shows how incredibly talented she is and how smart she is.
I agree 100%. And fans out there, WWE Universe, it is time for you to look at Triple H in the eyes for this long-term signing and say,
Shake? The words you're looking for are thank and you. Put them together, they make a nice sound.
they let's say thank you to Trips for securing Asuka for us because I mean, honestly, let's just be 100% on this one. Asuka is one of the best things to happen to the women's division. She brought a lot of energy, a lot of different to it. I mean, look at what we got because of Asuka. Kyrie Sane, who's not impressed with what she can do in a ring. So,
I,
uh,
yeah,
I'm thrilled for this. So we get Asuka for however long they say long term. So I'm thinking 5, 8, maybe even 10. Who knows?
could be.
She's going to be a huge benefit. And then what they're doing right now um, would be very beneficial. Be the way they're setting up for the future and a talent like Asuka for her to go overseas and talk to the Asian community
Market.
about
Yeah.
joining up. I mean, because that's going to even expand the next in line uh, program, because you're going and finding other athletes from other backgrounds. 3 to 5 years, says OG
Okay.
Tony. All right.
Right.
I mean, still,
That seems about right.
yeah. And who's to say there's not another extension behind that? Because I
There
mean,
could be. It
doesn't
could
seem
be a
like she's
normal thing.
moving anywhere soon.
No, no. I mean, like she might be in the same boat as Shinsuke Nakamura, where while you don't see Shinsuke on TV a whole lot, he's on he's on the live shows a lot. He has said that you know what, he's happy sitting at home. He's happy with the arrangement with WWE. Like as long as WWE will keep renewing his contract, he'll keep signing. He loves living in Florida. He's a beachgoer. He's a surfer, and he loves that he's so close to the beach. He loves the entire lifestyle that he gets to live in Florida.
And
So
that's awesome to hear. That's
yeah,
really awesome to hear. I love both those talents. All right, Grun. So your thoughts were really good on this one. I liked.
Thank
We
you.
got informed. We actually got a little debate. We got Lou. He thinks if Woods turns, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be like the Shield, man. It's gonna be hurt worse than
So,
that. And
so
I
again,
don't
I
know,
go with
Lou.
it. It depends on how you look at it. Yes, Seth Rollins turning down the Shield was huge. It was such a big deal. It hurt everyone. This, I think, if you are agreeing with me that if Kofi in storyline is trying to uh is giving Odyssey Jones a new name and is pushing and is unknowingly pushing towards Odyssey Jones being the new Big E, then I think you're with me and like, no,
Yeah,
no, how dare you? And Xavier Woods snaps. And
yeah.
I'm gonna be like, no, Xavier Woods is a good guy in this because he understands the legacy of the New Day is Kofi, Big E, Xavier. It is all three of them equally together.
No,
Odyssey Jones has no place in that legacy.
I,
He does not get to ride the coattails of the New Day.
Grunt, I ain't gonna argue with you on that one because I agree with you full-heartedly. And it's time for that evolution. Just like it's time to evolve this conversation into exactly what we love talking about. Let me get the old DDP up there. Yeah, you like that? All right, we're gonna diamond cut the hell out of this next topic, and you know who's bringing it in. He's our blue-eyed villain himself. He is the fucking Grunmeister. Get used to it. And Grun, this is your thoughts, so let's
It
get
is.
going.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Howdy had his first match on Raw last week. And here's some details that you need to know. Taylor Rotunda, Bo Dallas, has not had a match in 5 years because he had suffered a bad neck injury. I guess so. It would have been 2019.
Okay.
He got healthy, but is my understanding. But WWE let him go pretty much as soon as he was healthy. They let him go, and between then and now, Bray Wyatt, I imagine, when he was trying to get Bo re-signed with WWE to get to the Uncle Howdy character to try and get what he and Taylor always, Wyndham and Taylor always wanted, and that was to work together on live Raw on TV, be in the same faction, be in the same storyline, and and as we all know, unfortunately, we never got to see the final vision of that. But we are
True.
seeing that now with the Wyatt Six, and it is just perfect. And what we saw from Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy is we saw that he was always a great wrestler. And if you're like me and only saw him as the goofy comedic character, you didn't really see him at his best. You saw that he was
Yeah.
willing to do whatever it had to take, whatever it took to be a great performer, to earn his spot, but you never saw him at his best. And that's what we saw with this. We saw Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas at his best. It was a nice, I think, 15-ish minute match, and Bo Dallas took bumps. It was a very good back and forth match. Obviously, yes, obviously Bo Dallas won, but the Creeds and Ivy Nile did come out to interfere and try and help Chad Gable win. However, whenever you target the head of the Wyatt Six, the followers are always nearby. And we saw Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis appear without their masks. And you know what? That is totally fine. They don't need the mask all the time because these guys look menacing all on their own. And Uncle Howdy would end up winning with the sister Abigail. And
Hey,
I've seen it said online by Wrestle Talk. It was the perfect debut match, and I can't disagree with that.
well, I mean, I just listened to you give a very, very well said legacy of Bo and what you know of him. I can't agree more. I love Bo Dallas in the ring. I liked him when he was the comedic guy, when he wanted you to believe. I was there with him. I was waiting for him to come out. I don't know. There was just something about Bo Dallas that he intrigued me. He made me want to watch what he was doing. Um, but let's fast forward to what we have now with the Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas that we have now. And this evolution, which we were talking about earlier, is fantastic. This is what we need in wrestlers. This is what makes me want to even be a bigger fan of a wrestler who took a tragedy, and yes, he could have just took his bag, went home, and protected the memories that he did have with his brother and the moments he did feel with him, but he didn't. He's seen a story that he could progress and get closer to his brother in ways and become the brother, the friend, the guy, the reliable human on this planet, because there's not that many. You I mean, tell me you could count reliable humans on your hand more than what's on your hand, the 5 digits you can count. I can't. And with your brother and being that close, I feel that he was that for Bo, and Bo was that for Bray. So for him to take this and run with it and take it and make it his own, mold it into what he's seen, what they both seen together, is fantastic. Uh Yes, I agree with what the Lou's saying here. Bo is another NXT
Definitely.
guy that had a rough beginning, but always knew where he belonged. It's it's just sad he never got the chance to do this with Bray. And you're 100%. I mean, the documentary, go watch it if you haven't seen
Mm.
it yet. You can see. I mean, I sat there with tears just streaming a majority of the time when Bo was talking about Bray. And when he was, I mean, it was eerily beautiful because we're walking with Bo as he's going through the graveyard of what his brother was creating, and like to come out on the other end with this is just masterful, and it really speaks volumes to what Bo is capable to withstand in this life, and it makes you really think of the old saying, and I'm not getting religious on anybody, but it is said that the creator will not give you more than what you can handle. And it's like, I don't know if I could handle going through what Bo did. Like you,
Yeah.
that is something that I really don't know if I could do what Bo's doing. But to say that Bo is doing what he is doing, and to see it, and to follow the buzzards like Bray told us, because Alpha Academy was being buzzards at that moment. You got Gable doing his thing, and then all of a sudden these buzzards come in because they know Bo is doing what Bo wants to do, and he's capable of taking another soul and just making it an ornament on that next Christmas tree that he's going to put up. Who knows what it looks like? It's going to be in the bayou. It's going to be weird, but you're going to like it. So I love what's happening here. Grun, I love your coverage on the Wyatt Six. Please, let's keep this going. This is a good segment with you because I absolutely love it. You got some good talks about it. You
Thank
always
you.
get Lou talking about it. So is there anything else you need to say about Bo Dallas and his performance from last Monday?
You know what? Let's briefly talk about the video package where Bo Dallas pointing out why he's going after Chad Gable and American Made, and it is
Yes,
because
American made.
because Chad calls it a family, and Bo's explanation is that a fam is a it is not a family if it is born out of the tears of the innocent.
Mm,
And the tears of the innocent being the Alpha Academy.
yeah,
I mean, Chad Gable did not create American Made because he wanted to help the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile.
true.
He created it because he wants to be champion. He created it for his own selfish desires. And Bo Dallas does not appreciate that. He does not like that. He hates that because Bray always did everything for the benefit of everyone around him. He never was in it to make himself look like God and make everyone else look like shit. He wanted, if he was going to the promised land, he wanted to bring everybody with him to the promised land.
I love it, Grun. Let's put a pin in it. I think we're going to expand on this next week because we got Raw coming up, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
is 33 minutes outside of that. So, Grun, we got a quick PLE we got to talk about because
Yeah, we do.
it does set the tone for a little bit of what's going on Raw here. So, Grun, let's do it. We had Bash in Berlin last night or Saturday night, and it was epic. I loved it. Grun, I'm gonna say this because I heard a lot of people talking about it. Just before we go into all the matches and what happened, let's just really quick hit on this because I seen a lot of hate and it's saying it was a good one, but it wasn't great. For storylines, it was fantastic. Every
Yeah.
story that we're about to talk about, every match that we watched and we're going to expand upon, I thought was fantastic. I thought they did their job. I thought this really pushed the stories that are happening. It closed some chapters. It began some new chapters. So Grun, real quick, what was your take on the whole thing, whole PLE as a whole?
It was a very good pay per view. I would give it an A minus.
Okay.
I think because you know what, there was some good wrestling. Orton Gunter was a fantastic match. You had Cody and Kevin start the show which was more storyline based,
Yep.
probably leading up to a second match between the two,
I
probably
can
with a
see it.
heel Kevin Owens.
I can see
You
it.
had a very solid women's tag team match between um Bianca and Bianca and Jade versus the other whole union, where Bianca and Jade won, which it was a very good match. It was a solid match. There was nothing, and it is progressing. We know it's progressing towards a split between Bianca and Jade. So the question obviously is, what is their plan? So now you have people intrigued to tune in to SmackDown. You have people intrigued to tune in to Raw to see what happens with the Terra Twins versus the Judgment Day, because Terra Twins picked up the win, which I did not see coming, but they did.
Yeah, they did get that win. Yeah.
And that is insane to me. But like, yeah, this show, like, yeah, it was a it was a B pay-per-view technically, but like, what does it matter? Because it was good, it was enjoyable. I was something similar with Call of Duty. I'm seeing people say, "Oh, I love the Black Ops 6 closed beta. I love it. It's all awesome." It's like, guys, temper your enjoyment, because 90% of you are going to be complaining about it day one. Okay, so
Yes.
temper your damn and your expectations. That's what I do. I temper my expectations. I'm just like, am I going to like it? That's all I want to know. Am I going to like the pay per view? Am I going to like the game? Whatever.
Yeah. I agree. I'm going to cut you off now,
Yeah,
Grun.
yeah, no,
I'm
go
cutting
ahead.
you off, putting
Cut
a
me
pin
off.
in you right now.
Yes,
So
do it.
Grun gave it an A minus. I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to give it at least an A because it really hit some things for me. So speaking of that, let's just jump into one that I know that me and you just absolutely loved from the start to the finish, and it was Gunther versus Orton. This was an instant classic. This was a one that you could put in, I would say, top 10 of Orton's matches of all time. It was good. It was
Mhm.
very well done. It was methodical, and really we expected what we got, but
Yeah.
nobody was upset with the results of it. We expected it. We understood where they were going. Yes, would it have been fantastic if they would have put that title on Orton? Yes, it would have. But storyline wise, we have to stick with Gunther. I think they're really building something around him, and like Jones has been alluding to for the past, I think, 2 weeks now. He's really looking forward to seeing an Orton Cena one last time, and I'm kind of there with him on that one.
I
Grun,
think
you
that's not even a question.
give us your thoughts on that real quick. What Jones
Yeah.
was talking about, and then right after that, go right into this Gunther Orton,
Okay.
and we'll break it down.
Yeah. Yeah. John Cena and Randy Orton is one of the biggest rivalries from the late 2000s and early 2010s of WWE. They've had Hell in a Cell matches. They were trading championships back and forth, and even when they came around to unifying the World Heavyweight Championship and the WWE Championship, it, what was the match? It was John Cena versus Randy Orton, two guys that can have a great match together. And then Gunter and Randy Orton. This was a passing of the torch moment where Gunter he struggled because Randy Orton, he's a lot smarter than he was when he was younger. He may not be able to move like he could when he was younger, but he's a lot smarter. So that still makes him dangerous because he can still hit the RKO. And Gunter, he beat Randy Orton clean and beat him decisively in a very hard fought match that ended with the two shaking hands after the match, which
Yeah.
was honestly just an awesome moment to see.
No, I love it. I love it. And like what you're talking about with the clean win and everything, we got the Lou chiming in. Gunther and Orton was way better than the first match, in my opinion. And you know what? I I can see exactly what you're saying there. What I would say though is that first match with KO and Cody, it kind of set the tone for the whole PLE. And at first, when I seen that was going to be the first one, I was like, I'm not a fan of this. I actually thought Gunther Orton. That's how I would want to set a tone for a PLE. But then again, I thought that one has so much value to it. I have to put that one towards the back. And I'm glad that Gunther and Orton did a match like this where it was slow paced. It was beat beating each other at points and then the other one reversing and getting over. The back and forth in this really reminded me of old school wrestling. It was masterfully done. I can't wait to see both what's happening after this, where we're going, what's happening with Orton. Are we getting Cena Orton again? It could be. It damn near is gonna be happen. Everybody wants it. We're gonna see it. We found out that they like to give the fans what they want. And right now I'm gonna give the fans what they want, and we're gonna get into another match at the Bash in Berlin. And it was, as we can see, Damian Priest and the mommy of mommies, Rhea, going against Dirty Dom and Liv, aka Sewer Rat Liv Morgan. You know her. You've been around her. She smells. She looks like she went into a wax candle store and rubbed the candles all in her hair. Or, at the end of a rave when you look down at the floor and it's all sticky and just gross.
I mean, if you see how she dresses normally, like I think it's very believable that she goes to raves and that she is into crystals, aura, and astrology
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff.
She
I
probably
believe
uses
that.
that crystal deodorant stuff, and no one wants to tell her that she actually smells. I mean, I'm telling her. I mean, I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision when Liv Morgan's on. It's just, ugh. Smells like she looks like she smells like what I imagine New York smells like. You're closer than me, Grun.
She's from New Jersey.
Well, that's even worse. Now I'm thinking all I can see is South Park.
She's from Elmwood Park. It's like
I don't even know what the
an
fuck that is.
that's like an hour from me, which is kind of insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
Grun. You should go there and tell her she stinks for me.
I think she lives in Florida now.
I'll get you out of your head tattoo if you ever find Liv Morgan and you meet her and you're like, "Hey, my friend says you stink." That's all I'm asking for, Grun. But you know what? Let's get outside of my silliness.
Yeah.
Uh, how'd you like this match? Was it well done? I know we talked about how this was kind of shocking that they won, but let's hear it. We got the Lou going off in the chat too.
Yeah, he is. I thought this was a fun match. This was definitely the match that was supposed to be more fun.
Yeah.
Where you get to see Damien and Rhea beat up Liv and Dom. You got to see them beat up the Judgment Day. There were plenty of moments where it looked like Liv and Dom were going to win. But Rhea hits her riptide and calls it the pretzel pin because of how hard she's folding up Liv.
The pretzel pin.
The pretzel pin. and gets the 1, 2, 3. Now Rhea has not gotten a chance to hit Dom with the Riptide. I do believe that's going to be at the end of the feud, but I personally think that the wrong team won.
Ah, yeah, I kind of figured you did. You drank the Kool-Aid that Jones was passing out at the last house party. And I like I like Lou. So Lou, everybody out there, go out there and check out Lou and all what he does. And you know what, Lou? Why don't you give him a little sample of what you do and tell us what do you mean by this, Lou? Put it in the chat, Lou. Let's give them a sampling of it.
What do you call it?
Yeah, we want to know what you call it, Lou. Give the window lickers, Grun's friends, my friends, and the household what you call that. But anyways, I liked this match. I liked the outcome. I really think it sets up for we're definitely getting Rhea Liv one more time, and it's going to be for that title. Oh, Lou's getting okay. We're getting X-rated Lou. Giggity giggity goo, Lou. You go to bed. No, don't go to bed because you are streaming tonight at 9:00. Lou goes live. So go check it out. And what Lou does out there, you're going to have a blast. But this match, it was fun. It was entertaining. It was what it was supposed to be. I don't expect anything outside of what happened. What it to be storyline, you could have gave either one of these teams the win, and it's gonna progress the story. It's gonna make it more meaningful. So I like the match no matter the outcome. It was a good performance. It really cemented that there's going to be a lot more happening with this group, with both of these groups that are forming. I mean, I'm liking it. So, talking about progressing storylines and chapters finishing, I really think we closed a chapter here, but that's going to make a reappearance in another book. I think they did a moment to where they could pause this specific story because CM Punk did what he said he was going to do. He won. He got back his bracelet, and on top of all of that, the most important piece that CM Punk did is he proved to all the naysayers, everybody who doubted him, that he can actually get into a match with somebody and make it still entertaining. You're still going to want to see what he can do. The beginning of this match, the back and forth using the strap in different ways was superb with these two. And then the progression from there, where that strap didn't become a nuisance. It was there. I didn't make it when during the watch along. I was saying I didn't like the lighting things, but they made sense. Are they going to tweak it and do it differently? Let's hope so, because you can, especially with digital corners nowadays. So I really think that they're putting a pin in this one because CM Punk proved what he could do. Drew McIntyre, with a loss like that, and to lose not only the match, but this one sacred little object. Now you have to go back to the well with him if you're going to get that object back. Are the fans going to bite again? We've already seen it. Are you biting again if they rehash this?
You know what? I think maybe. Maybe. I'm very much on the fence because I believed that if CM Punk ever got the bracelet back, the rivalry is over.
Yeah.
And there were rumors that they were going to have a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood in October. Now, with Bad Blood less than a month away, CM Punk is beating Drew McIntyre in a strap match and gotten the bracelet back. So now I need to I need to sit back and watch and see how they justify um these two having a Hell in a Cell match at this point when CM Punk has nothing left to prove to Drew, but Drew now he has to own the fact that he has a loss to CM Punk, which just puts him just behind CM Punk in title match contenders.
I, you know, I can see what you're saying here. Would I bite on it? Yes, I would. I would watch it. I would check it out. But here's the thing, you have to give me a break in it. You have to give me something to where, like, let's say they don't even get in the Hell in the Cell. Let's say it's one of them going against somebody else. Say we insert Seth Rollins, put him in there with either one of those guys, and then the guy who is not in it is does something to jump into that match. It's a Hell in a Cell. Anything can happen in a Hell in a Cell. Or, just go about their way for a couple months. And then all of a sudden, one night, Drew McIntyre decides he's bored and he fucks with CM Punk and, does something. I I see ways that you could get me back into it. I'm ready for it to be, you know, go your opposite ways. Let's see what you all both can do because we don't have that much more time with CM Punk. So
Yeah.
let's see what stories we can get going. I like the match overall though. Grun, did you enjoyed it?
I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed it.
Okay, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it because CM Punk's he's a fun watch in matches.
Yes.
And I liked how he proved that he can still go in this. So let's jump into this one. I know it wasn't the favorite of everybody's. I know some people didn't want it at the beginning, but it was KO versus Cody for the title. And in this one, we seen the ultimate struggle inside Kevin Owens multiple times when he could have just went old school KO and it would have won him that match. The ring apron, power bomb onto the ring apron for once. The very first incident in the match where he was in the corner and he could have just punted him. Could have just did it. He could have done something and it would have took Cody out. But Grun, give me your rundown of this one. I know it wasn't a favorite of yours, but give me a quick little rundown what you liked and what you didn't like in it.
Well, I did like the character work from Kevin Owens, where Kevin restrained himself from hitting spots that he would have hit on his worst enemies, that would have hit on anybody to just get a title shot. He restrained himself because he didn't want to fight Cody. He didn't want to hurt Cody. He didn't want to injure Cody. However, for I think that is going to be playing a part in SmackDown. I think this match was very good because of the story aspect, because of the character work between Cody and Kevin. And even when Cody won, they still embraced afterwards. They still walked up the ramp together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it was kind of a weird build for this one.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not too fond of what they're doing with KO on this. I want the old Kevin Owens like we all do. But I think they watered those seeds that were planted long ago with our introduction of KO. And I think we're about to get heel KO, what you want to call him. I don't think it's a heelish thing. I think it's more Kevin
It's who
Owens.
Kevin. Yeah, it's just who Kevin is.
Yeah, so I like it though. I hope we get back to that. And like we said, this one it really didn't touch too many needles. It didn't really move anybody's particular feelings towards either one of them. It was a good match. I liked the way they progressed the story of KO. Outside of that, it was a good match. So now, Grun, let's get into the one that shocked the night, and it was Bianca Belair with Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Give me your thoughts, Grun. Give me what do you think of Jade's in-ring work? Because Jones called her the MVP of the night for her multiple saves, for her making sure that ultimately they won the title.
You know
Break it
what?
down, Grunner.
Yeah, you know what? Jade played a very important part in this match because she was the one to make the saves, like Jones pointed out. She was the one that really demonstrated how important she is to the tag team between her and Bianca. Bianca is strong in her own right. She is a fantastic athlete in her own right, but she cannot win the match alone. And this match, we have seen that Jade Cargill has come a long way since her debut in AEW, and, WWE has been giving her the time and giving her everything she needs to become better. And they conquered a very solid tag team who have been wrestling together and friends for a very long time, who are completely, they're not shocked, they're not bothered by two uh two large black women who are very strong.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, you're calling it what it is. That's what
yeah,
they are.
yeah, and it's
Jade
like
and Bianca
these
are
these
enormous.
two women are like, they are uh they're this like a woman's version of the superpowers,
Yeah.
and you know what, like, it works. And they had to go up against wrestlers who understood, okay, we can't outpower them, but we can outthink them. We can pull off some sneaky maneuvers and really work as a team to take them down. And uh it was teamwork that made the difference in the match, because Jade did, yeah, she was MVP. She did everything she could to support her tag team partner when she was in the ring. And Bianca did everything she could to support Jade when she was in the ring.
Yeah, I love this match. I thought it was well done. Both teams really showed that they are where they're supposed to be, because I mean, like we alluded to, Jade had multiple saves in it, but Jade was not only the multiple saves, but throughout the whole match, Jade was exactly where she was supposed to be, to make the match progress, to make it make sense, to answer the whys, to bring us full circle. And it really kind of, I think it started to plant the idea that Jade's going to be the feature of getting turned on, because I think that you're going to make your most money out of a Bianca turn, because then you're going to be able to build off Jade what you're wanting to do. Um, Bianca Belair, I think she needs that edge to her that just really makes her understand why they put a title on her in the past for so long, and why her title run was impactful and meaningful. And then when that gets back to us, I think that's when she gets put back into the title holder. And plus, at that time, you can have a Jade Cargill either going up against her or being the one holding the title. Um, I don't know what would be better right now because it's so soon in it, but I am saying this, a Bianca Belair turn is going to be where you make your money on this one. Grun, I'm going to give you the last word on this
Yeah.
one. For me, it was a fantastic match. I loved it, loved the progression in it, loved the outcome. I actually can't wait for Alba and Isla to get back in the hunt and go back for the titles because I did enjoy their title run too. So Grun, I'm giving you the last word on this one.
Yeah, I think we've been getting a very good taste of what Alba and Isla are capable of, but I don't think we've seen them at their peak. I don't think we've seen them at their best yet. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what they do with Bianca and Jade. I agree with you on Jade should be the baby face and Bianca should be the one turn heel. I think it should be a Bianca Jade in a triple threat fatal four way against Naya, where Bianca screws Jade and wins the title for herself. I think that's how you protect Naya and her dominance. That it took 3 women to beat her, and not just any 3 women. It took Jade, it took Bianca, it took Piper Niven or Bailey.
Yeah. No, I see where you're going with that. I like that. That's a good insight, Grun. You really you're so good at this. I just love working with you on these things. Fans, there it is in the middle. That's what we talked about tonight. This was a fun one, Grun. It was our basic show after a PLE.
Yeah.
We usually do give at least one topic that we know you fans out there have been watching, and that was the Bo Dallas topic with the Uncle Howdy. The first time he has stepped into the ring as Uncle Howdy and wrestled a hell of a match. So we're looking forward to more of that. We got about 6 more minutes before we send you off to Raw, Monday Night Raw, where all the Monday night dreams come true and you get to see some fantastic wrestling out of the men's division, out of the women's division. Fuck the division. Some great wrestling out of WWE. And you got me and Grun here every Monday night to cover it, to let you know what you should be watching, what you need to be watching, what is piquing the interest of the window licker here and the Grunmeister there. So you guys show up, you guys come here, you guys have a fun time. Grun, you know what we do at the end. So let these people know where they can come and hang out with the Grunmeister. Hit them up with where you're at, Grun.
Well, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Grunmeister, where on Friday nights I talk about SmackDown preview review in my room, and I spend an hour talking about SmackDown from the previous week, and I talk about SmackDown coming up. Look, you can also be sure to check me out whenever I am not talking wrestling, and maybe I decide to stream and show you some games I play. Show you that I suck at a lot of games.
He doesn't suck. Grun's a fun guy. You know, like Randy Orton right there, just standing in front of the Grunmeister sign. You gotta love it. He's a fun time. Pat McAfee right here. He hangs out with the Grunmeister. He loves Grun. He's never had a bad word to say about him. And fans like Grun's talked about, we're putting in that work. Go check him out. Go see what he's about on that Friday night in the Grun's room where he talks SmackDown. He basically does what we do here, but he does it a lot more animated over there because he's the host. He can control everything. He hits the buttons. He says the topics, and it's Grun's moment. Check us out for a house party, and you're going to want to be to this one. It is September 15th. You need to be where we are at because we got a huge announcement coming up. And on that day, we also put a little cherry on top and gave you Jack Vaughn, the veteran. He will be with us on the In Your House episode Sunday, where we sit down and we give you what we've been working on. And it's a doozy. You're going to love it. I would give you a hint, but I can't because they'll kill me. Shh, don't tell them that I told you. But outside of that, it is I, Joshua Joseph, the voice, the educator of violence, the ticklers of extreme. That is me. That is I. He is I am him. That is what is my motherfucking name. Yes, Joshua Joseph, come check me out here Monday nights, 7 p.m., where me and the Grunmeister give you the Raw preview, where we talk about 3 subjects from the previous Raw and we get you ready, because that's how we do it. 8 p.m., we send you off to Raw. Come check me out on a Friday night where me and the man house, we go extreme. He has dubbed me the educator of violence, of extreme, of whatever you want to call it, but it is extreme, and it is me jumping in a DeLorean with House, calling up Doc, saying 1990s, please send us ECW so we can get extreme. And that's where me and House look at a match from the past. I introduce him to some of the greatest violent matches ever put on by ECW. You get to come and check it out. And right then and there, right after us, hop over to my man Grunmeister over there and go check him out on a Friday night where he gets you ready for SmackDown. And then on Sundays, you get me, you get House, you get Grun, you get sometimes Jones, you get sometimes Paragon, you can get sometimes Annie, and you can come and hang out with us. We're all doing everything we can to give you the best content in your house can, and we love doing it. Also, check out House and O'Neill on the Raw Deal with House and O'Neill on a Wednesday. I believe that's around 4 p.m. I think so, around there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they'll send something out 5 minutes, before they go live, and you can click the links. Oh, look, it's House and O'Neill. The Raw Deal with House and O'Neill. Go check them out, and go check out when our homie Hypocrisy Jones does a smoke sesh, because they're sporadic, just like a smoke sesh. So that's all you can get from In Your House. That's all you get from me and Grunmeister and the Window Lickers Network. We love it. We love you guys. We thoroughly enjoy you guys coming here and being a part of us. Pat McAfee, he loves it. So all I can say is enjoy Raw. Come back next Monday and hang out with me and Grunmeister.
In your house with O'Connor, in your house. I need wood in your house. Hypocrisy's handing the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. That's in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice, there is no choice. Music and voice in your house, making wrestling noise. Moving fast, it's like cruiserweight action. In your house is a perfect distraction. Pump us in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action.